Good morning, everybody. Another fortnight, another grocery haul over here at Valley View Living. I am a mum to 6. There's 8 people in our family, and we live on a small farm in New South Wales, Australia. Now I'm going to take you through the first of my grocery deliveries. We are very fortunate, even though we live rural, to still get deliveries from Woolies and Coles. So they bring me what I need every 2 weeks, and I get one from each of them. And I size up who's giving the best deals that fortnight from the specials, from the reduced items. And I just get what we're going to eat for the next 2 weeks. Now, here on our farm, we do produce some food. We currently produce some milk from our dairy cows, some eggs from our flock. I was about to say herd of chickens. It's early. I haven't had a cacao yet, so bear with me. From our flock of chickens, we get some eggs. And what else do? We keep pigs for pork, for meat. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it right now. So we're doing little bits, little bits that help save money on the grocery bill. Okay, so I'll take you through what I got and we'll talk about it. Now, I love my paper towel, and I think this is the one I'm just going to stick with. It's the I Care brand, which is Aussie made and owned, wrapped in paper, and these are the double length rolls. They will last a good while. So, just with having a multitude of pets and kids and messy cooking, it's a little sanity saver for me. 1, 2, 3, 4 packs, 8 of the double rolls. And then just the same brand for toilet paper. I've heard from viewers have let me know that, oh yes, Who Gives a Crap is not septic friendly, which will not work for us. We need septic friendly. We're off grid here with our sewage and our water supply. So I'm going to stick with this. We haven't had any problems, and it is often half price or a good price through Woolies or Coles. Let's go over to the dairy. Now, I have a few blocks of organic cheese still in the fridge from last shop, just blocks. So I've bought some grated for pizzas, for convenience, for kids making dinner. So I have the mozzarella, 2 for 6 bags of the mozzarella, which is delicious. Now, this is just a little, no real plans for it other than to eat it. And I love this cream cheese. I've got a couple of kids who love it as well. Just our staple sour cream and our pure cream. I don't really buy this with a plan in mind. I just like to have cream in the fridge. It often gets used with desserts or even with meals like a buttered chicken, butter beef, butter lamb. And this is a treat for the kiddos, the strawberry flavored yogurt. So they'll probably have that for morning tea today. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 blocks of 250 grams of the butter. This butter is really just a beautiful product. I have tried many other butters. I love butter. It's something I'm happy to try, of all different kinds of brands and makes and models. But this one really does come up. And also the Coles organic brand, which is probably just from the same dairies. It's just great quality. And the price is good too, for what it is. Now, fish. We have a value pack of the tuna here and a couple of these wild Alaskan pink salmon. Anyway, it is a cost-effective way to eat salmon with the bones in. Now, why I have bought all this fish, my husband has some sort of stubborn health problems that he's trying to heal from using his diet in the first instance anyway. He is seeing a doctor as well, of course. But he wants to lean more pescatarian for a while, which is just fish and veggies and salad and all that kind of thing. So he's cutting down on red meat and dairy, and probably just going to go a lot more fish for lunches and things like that. And I think he's still eating chicken as well. Now, this is the most cost-effective way for our family to eat organic meat. So basically, I'm looking at the price per kilo, and it is $11.50 on chicken drumsticks. So they are a staple in our home. I have bought 8 packs, which would work out to, oh my gosh, they are close to $1 kilo a pack. So that's close to 8 kilograms of chicken drumsticks. And of course, they are just such a family-friendly food. My kids love them. And I can also then use the bones after to make chicken broth. So this is a really good way for us to eat meat that is good quality. This is more for an easy meal. These are much more expensive per kilo. Let's see, they must be about $20 per kilo. So significantly more expensive to get the chicken strips. I will make probably one meal with this 800 grams and it will be just a difference, you know, it'll be like a different meal, like a treat for everybody, because obviously when you're eating the same thing over and over, it's nice to have something different. So I've just bought that, and we'll probably do a tasty stir fry, or even just fry them up with garlic and butter and have them with salad for lunch one day and rice, and kids will really enjoy that. I also had a request from one of my kiddos to buy this ham again, so I guess they are enjoying this one. This is the one that is nitrate and nitrite free in terms of no artificial nitrites anyway. I think ham might naturally develop nitrite in the process of being cured, even naturally. So it's something I don't want to eat all the time, that's for sure. I ordered some of the grass-fed rump steak, which is on sale at Woolies, but this was substituted, which is just the normal one. The only thing that irks me about it, and look, obviously I'm being a hypocrite anyway, is that it comes on the plastic tray instead of the cardboard tray. That cardboard packaging for meat is an awesome idea, and hopefully we see it extended across more of the range, hey, because it's obviously just taking up a lot less landfill space. But all of that aside, I got 1 kilogram of the rump steak, which will do 2 meals for my husband, I, and our 6 kids. 500 grams, we will make a stretch in a meal. Believe it or not, goes a long way. Now this is also another cost-effective way for us to buy quality meat. This says grass-fed beef roast, and it is $19 a kilo. Now steaks and even beef mince can be more expensive than that, $19 a kilo. So I thought, yeah, I'll pick up a couple of these roasts. Now, how I'm going to serve them, what I'm going to do with them, I'm not sure. I have been getting into a great routine of roasting these, of doing some roasts and popping them in the fridge for the week's meals. So I'll probably try to do that again with at least one of these. And that's just so convenient. I don't have to stress or worry about one whole meal a day because I know there's just cold leftover protein. And the same with this chicken. We had one last fortnight. It was so enjoyable. The quality of this chook has gone up since the last time I bought it a couple of years ago. So I think we'll make this on the regular again, and that works out to $13.50 per kilo. And of course, with the chicken carcass after eating the meal, we will make a beautiful bone broth. Speaking of bone broth, these were on sale again. And when I bought them a couple of weeks ago, they were really well received. This is basically a mayonnaise stand-in that, you know, I'm quite happy to give my kids as much as they want. It is olive oil, beef broth, concentrated beef broth, basically. Apple cider vinegar, prebiotic chicory root fiber, and then just some seasonings, some clean seasonings. So they can have this on sandwiches, on sourdough bread. They can have it on salads and, you know, even just as a side with any kind of meal. That is the spicy one, and this one is the plain one. Now, I don't know that I'm going to pay full price for this. I feel it is a bit overpriced when it is full price. So I keep an eye on the sales and I buy that when it's reduced. Because we've got a couple of cows in milk, I've just bought some backup milk just for days, maybe when the calf has drank all the milk, because I'm not actually separating the carbs. I'm doing a very relaxed, lo-fi milking cow situation. A relaxed mum of 6 with a couple of toddlers and little people milking situation. So I just go out there with a bucket and get some milk when I can, when it works. And it actually is quite a stress-free way to manage it. But anyway, it means I need some backup. So 246 of the Tilbury milk. I heard something wonderful about this Tilbury milk. I already loved it because I've driven past and seen the herd of Jersey cows. So beautiful. It's cream on top, unhomogenized. I've also heard that they use the lowest pasteurization heat legal in Australia, which is great. That's just a gentle way to pasteurize the milk so that it is still, I don't know, just undamaged, I suppose. Just a really nice product. And I think every state that I've lived in has had an independent dairy like Tilba. I know in Queensland there was one, I've totally forgotten, and in Tasmania there was Elgar milk for a while, which was just beautiful. It even came in glass bottles. So there are indie milks available, and generally they're owned by people who really care for their cows, which means you're getting an amazing product. Okay, some coconut water. You know that's just a staple of mine. Long-term breastfeeding mum, got to balance those electrolytes, especially in summer. So I use salted water. I have a lot of symptoms of POTS. If you're familiar with that, it means that basically your heart rate can go crazy and you get dizzy sometimes just doing pretty much nothing. So I try to manage that using some coconut water, but I also use just a pinch of salt in my drinking water all day and almost every day, and that really helps as well. So we have, this is just to back up our eggs as well. I mean, 8 of us, we eat a protein-dense diet, and the eggs that our chicken provide, we probably get about 4 or 5 a day. It's just not enough for the whole family. So here's a few backup, and that's just a lovely farm that has quality. So 3 dozen of those eggs. Into the fruits and veggies. Now, there are a few fruits and veggies I've ordered that were out of stock. That's totally fine. There were mushrooms, beans, and broccoli, so they're not here. But we did get all of this good stuff. We've got a couple of punnets of the red apples, and we've got one of the green for my children who prefer green apples. I've got 2 bags of carrots. These are such a staple, aren't they? They're a good price. They are consistently awesome quality. I've never had an issue with it. So my younger ones love to have that as a snack. And zucchini, cheap as chips at the moment. And tomatoes are finally a good price as well, which is awesome. I'll just use that in salads, of course. And something else that has really come down in price is these beautiful organic grapes. Once you've had these grapes, it is so hard to go back to the other ones. Oh man, they just ruined me for grapes. These are just so good. So we wait for them every year, and then we buy them when they're affordable, and they are now. I think it's about $5 or something. And they are just, oh, they're so sweet. But the main thing is they're crisp. Like they're really fresh and crisp, and they have that natural bloom on them. So they are a beautiful product, and I look forward to them every summer. And with the good price that they are now, right in the height of the grape season, we've gotten 3 punnets, and we will eat those over the next 3 days, no question. A couple of organic garlics. I really need to have, I need to wait till I have the budget to buy herbs again in bulk. I like to buy garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, all kinds of things by the kilogram, and get them posted here and just use them for the next year. But I need the budget to do that. This is the thing, isn't it? This is why supermarkets sort of have us over a barrel. To buy in bulk from different suppliers, you need to have that kind of access to funds. So anyway, this is a lovely product and I'm using it. But the thing is, when I'm cooking for 8 people, I could easily use almost all of this in one meal. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. This would probably be used in 2 meals, but it doesn't last long. A big bag of oranges. I just love to have these in the fridge, cool down, cut them up, beautiful snack. The kids can juice them if they want. They can do whatever they want, and they are just awesome. Okay, we've already gotten into the sultanas because it's been a long time since I bought those. So we've got little people eating those already. Another bag of walnuts. Everything I keep reading about them, they're just nature's superfood. So I'm going to keep them here. We're going to keep eating them, especially the adults, as snacks because, I don't know, it's harder for my kids to get my kids to eat raw nuts. But I guess I can put them into granolas and slices and baking and things. So a couple of coconut sugars. I don't know why I bought the CSR branded. Generally, I just go with macros, so I'm guessing this was on sale or substituted, but that's fine. I'm cutting down on our sugar intake. Look, sugar is delicious. There's no 2 ways about it, but it's also really bad for our bodies, of course. So I've got 500 grams, to last 2 weeks, and I don't think we will use all of that in 2 weeks. Well, we won't. I've still got quite a lot left over from the previous, but there is some baking that I do, or some seasoning in Asian sauces or salad dressings or mayonnaise or whatever, that you really just can't beat granulated sugar. So I love to have it here on stock. Now, we're out of the sourdough pasta that I bought in bulk. We've eaten it all. It's all gone. And that's the way it seems to go with all these people eating. So I have stocked up our pasta cupboard. This is, you know, for a lot longer than 2 weeks. But such a great price, isn't it? I haven't bought this much in the past, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how people enjoy it. We've got some wholemeal penne that was actually substituted for the spirals that were out of stock. We love spirals, and apparently so does everyone else. So they were out of stock. We bought some more of the penne, just white flour penne, and some spaghetti. Stock up the pantry. Who doesn't love pasta, right? My blood sugar doesn't, but I love to eat it. Okay. These wraps have been so handy. They can make a breakfast burrito. They can make a lunch wrap with cold meat and salad and that bone broth mayonnaise. They can also make a delicious sort of stand-in quesadilla or taco. So, you know, I just sort of fry it up in the pan in butter or olive oil with cheese inside. That's like a melty, yummy, crispy sort of quesadilla stand-in when I don't have corn tortillas. So that works really well for some of my kids. And another request from my husband was the sliced beetroot. Now, look, this is our fake away for the next 2 weeks. This is not a health food. Actually, the ingredients listed on the Woolies website were different than the ingredients listed on the box, which is very frustrating to me. But anyway, you know, where we live, we just don't really have many options to take away. We have some beautiful cafes, so we're lucky with that. But to take my whole family out to a cafe, not only will I be losing my sanity, but I would be losing a lot of money. So we tend to just do a fake away takeout at home, and this is what my lucky kiddos got this fortnight. Is some satay chicken dumplings and some beef teriyaki dumplings. I chose beef because it is Australian beef, and at least I know that most of our cattle is grass-fed. How's that for a stretch, hey? I'm gonna say they're grass-fed dumplings. But I chose them over the pork. I just prefer the way that beef is farmed in our country over pork. So these were half price. What I'll do is steam them all up, probably for lunch today. I don't know how many my kids can fit into their tummies, but that is their treat meal. We have got some olive oil, just a standard staple, and then this cacao powder. I had to buy the red tractor from Coles last fortnight because this one was out of stock, and that was totally fine. Actually, the red tractor brand was delicious, really high quality and beautiful product, but it is significantly more expensive than this one. So I've just gone back to my old faithful, the cacao powder, and I drink that. That's actually my coffee replacement. So instead of coffee or tea, I drink cacao powder in milk. I don't know. This is new to me. I haven't always craved cow's milk as an adult, but maybe it's something to do with having 6 kids and all that calcium need. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying a warm cacao every day. Okay, what else have we got? Well, we got to worry about the pets. This was on a good substantial sale this fortnight. I think it was half price or something really good. So I actually bought 2, but we've already fed the cats this morning. And then this one also was a great price, and that's for my 2 big doggies. One of them is geriatric. She's about 13 years old, and she really is showing it. Sorry, Vera. It's true, though. You're a lovely doggy. But then we've also got Toby, who is a pup. He's coming up to, well, he's only 6 months old, but he's a big doggy too. So they need a lot of food. That's their kibble, and I like to give them the occasional egg, raw chicken drumstick, or some beef mince if I can afford it. So that's them. Okay, that's all of Woolies for this 2 weeks. Now, I better have my army of helpers put everything away where it belongs, and I will catch up with you when Coles is delivered this afternoon. Okay, we just got our Coles delivered. I think we have the nicest Coles delivery driver on the block. He is so great. He literally brings everything in and stacks it on the table for me, just like the ads tell you they will, but most of the time they don't, right? So he's just really kind and nice with the kids, which is awesome. Okay, I didn't actually get much from Coles this fortnight, but basically everything that I have bought was on sale and that's why I grabbed it. So let's have a look. Alrighty, I got a couple of the pulp-free Aussie orange juice for the kids. They've been asking for orange juice lately, so I grabbed that for them. These rice crackers were on sale, so I stocked up the pantry for those. They are just great for a quick, easy meal or snack. A couple of the halloumi, they are also on sale, and I just love to have these put away in the fridge with no real plan to them, so that if I don't feel like cooking meat for dinner or a lunch sometime, I just don't feel like cooking much, I can pan fry this halloumi up. Most people enjoy that in the family. We got just a few veggies and fruits from Coles, so a little bunch of bananas, some onions, 2 kilos of potatoes just to have in the fridge for meals all week, and another bunch of spring onions. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm definitely going to, probably with the local ones actually, from the local shop, I will cut them and regrow them for sure. Okay, now lamb loin chops. These are definitely a treat. They were on sale this fortnight, 22 a kilo. That's getting up to around, you know, the maximum that I'm comfortable paying for meat, really. So that is a treat for a meal. There will be approximately 1 chop each, and I'll have to, I don't know, do something else with it. Lots of veggies. I just checked out what dark chocolate was on sale and picked up this Old Gold, which does have the cocoa listed before the sugar, which is basically what I look for when I'm buying chocolate, 70% cocoa. Chocolate has just really gone up in price so high in the last 6 to 12 months. So yeah, that's gonna last 2 weeks. This is on sale at the moment, this beautiful hakubaku traditionally made noodles, which are great for a lot of meals. I've just gone with the Coles own ACV, and some tomato sauce is great to have in the pantry, and then a couple of olive options. I personally love green olives, and then other people in the family prefer black. So we put them through salads and on pizzas and that kind of thing. I got a sourdough baguette for my kiddos. As much as I'm enjoying the sourdough baking, I can't do baguettes. I don't know, maybe one day I'll know how to make that. That would be really cool. But until then, this bread is really quite delicious. This was on sale as well. This is hazelnut, cashew, and cacao butter. Now, I think that those 3 ingredients are everything in this. Hazelnuts, cashews, date powder, cacao powder, and sea salt. For me personally, this isn't sweet enough for me to enjoy it, but one of my kids really loves it, so when it's on sale, grab it. She can have that on toast. Coles had the organic yogurt on sale, but only vanilla, so I grabbed 1 of those. I've got a couple of Greek left in the fridge from last time. This is a little treat for my husband and I, half price at the moment, and it's just fizzy water in a glass bottle. Nice in summer. Now the salmon, this is actually wild caught Alaskan salmon, so it's wild caught, it's not farmed, and I think this is the only way available to me to buy wild caught salmon. It's not something I do every fortnight. I feel a bit, a bit icky about it in terms of all these tiny little plastic portions, and having it flown here from Alaska is obviously not ideal. Let me just check, does it come from Alaska? Yeah, it's a product of USA, so yeah. wild life in salmon. But the health benefits with my husband trying this pescatarian diet for his healing, so I've purchased that for him to have now. Berries, they've substituted in these berries rather than the Aussie grown ones, which is totally fine. Blueberries are great for a snack, treat, smoothie, whatever. And then they've substituted in mixed berries instead of frozen strawberries, which is totally fine as well. We will use all of those. The toothpaste for my older kids, I just stock up when it's on sale, and then for my younger kids, same with that. I don't want to pay full price for things if I don't have to, so I keep them in my pantry, and then I won't buy again until next sale cycle. And one of my kids is decorating her bedroom, so she wants some blue tack. I've got a bag here of the dog food that was on sale, just the stuff that seems reasonable quality, and they actually really are loving this stuff. So when it's on sale, I'll grab it. And then just some pads. Also, same again, when they're on sale, that's what I'll grab. So we didn't buy very much at Coles. A few things were out of stock as well. I'll put how much this was up on the screen. Okay, so there's a couple other things I will have to pick up from, say, the butcher. I'm going to go get some beef mince because I just don't like supermarket beef mince. No matter how much I try to like it, I just don't. Something I don't like about it, the squiggly wiggly stuff. So I prefer to buy that from the butcher where it's like, you know, mince. It feels like real beef mince to me. And it's a good price too, I think. It's not too bad anyway. And other than that, I think I'm pretty set. Locally from some direct farms here, I will be getting some veggies, salad bag. I think we've got local corn in season, which is exciting. I love corn. Corn on the cob. And that's it. I think that's everything. So if you enjoy this content, if you like grocery hauls, the rest of my channel, I do a lot of cooking for a large family, Aussie homestead life, little farm life, and that's about it. See you next time. Bye.